Today we're going to be talking about the standard form for a linear equation. We started this yesterday. We're going to continue on today. We're also going to be talking about point-slope form. One thing you need to be aware of, in a standard equation, you will be in this form. ax plus by equals c. A, b, and c all need to be integers, which means no fractions. All right, no decimals. It has to be either positive or negative numbers. All right, and their greatest common factor equals 1. So right now I'm going to make one real quick. Let's make an equation. And let's see if we would agree that this is in standard form or not in standard form. Okay? Right now, what's this value? That's our A value. That's our B value, right? Our B value is this. And our C value is this. Alright, are A, B, and C all integers? Yes. Alright. Is A greater than or equal to 0? Yes. Is their greatest common factor 1? Or it can't be reduced? It can. What number goes into all of those numbers? So technically, to get it to standard form, in this one, we have to divide everything by 2. So this one would be x plus 2y equals 6. Technically now this is now in standard form. Okay? Now what does standard form allow us to be able to find? It does slope.
No,
Y-intercept and the that's the main thing. That's the main thing. Alright, so let's see if you guys remember how to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept really quick. Okay? The cover up method. Right, alright. What are we gonna do? To solve for x, what do we cover up? What's our x-intercept? What does it say? Yeah, it says x equals what? Which means our x-intercept is at 6, 0. Cover that up. What does it say? 2y equals 6. Divide both sides by 2. Y equals 3. Therefore, our y-intercept's at 0, 0, 3. Why is Desmos a nice application to use to be able to graph that? It'll graph it for you. All right. So if we graph this and type in x plus 2y equals 6, we can see that our y-intercept's at 0, 3, and our x-intercept's at 6, 0. So you want to practice getting used to that. Okay. All right, so let's head back. Let's try a more difficult one. All right, so here we go. Here's what I'd like you guys to write down in your journal right now. I want you guys to write negative x over 2 plus, not times, sorry, plus y over 7 equals 1. Okay? That's not standard form, is it? Okay? We got to get it to ax plus by equals c. So we have negative x over 2 plus y over 7 equals 1. All right, so right now we have a, b, and c. What do a, b, and c all need to be? They all need to be integers. What's the only integer that you see up there? A 1, that's it. So the c value is an integer, but a and b are integers, all right? So here's what you have to look for. You have to look for this number and this number. These right here, we got to find what's called their least common multiple. So what is the least common multiple between a 2 and a 7? What's 2 multiples of 2? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 7, 14. Now, you can always find a common multiple by multiplying those numbers together. If you multiply 2 times 7, that will always give you a common multiple, but it won't always give you the least common multiple. Okay? So, for example, if I gave you a 2 and a 4, what's 2 times 4? 8. That is a common multiple, but what's the least common multiple? The least common multiple is a 4. Okay? So that's what you gotta be wary of. Okay, some students think, oh, if I multiply them together, that will always give me the least common. Not always. It could give you the least common, but it'll always give you a common. So right now, what is our least common multiple? The number 14. So what we're going to do is we're going to take everything right here. We're going to take everything and multiply it by a 14. Okay? This will be our last example where we have to do this. So what do we get? We get negative 14x over 2 plus 14y over 7 equals 14. What am I doing? I'm distributing the 14 to every single number that is in the numerator. What is negative 14 divided by 2? Boom! You're right. You're right, Christian. Negative 7. And we're going to x it. What's 14y divided by 7? 2 and a 1 equals a 14. All right, now are A, B, and C all integers? There's only one problem. What's the only problem? Alert, alert, alert. What is? The A value. So here's what you do. If you ever get a situation like this, where the only number that you are like ticked off at is this, no. Don't rearrange everything. Just multiply every number by a negative, and it'll change everything the way it needs to. Okay? So we're going to distribute a negative to every single number. What's a negative times a negative? Positive. Boom. Now we're good. Everything else, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that this is a negative 2y. And it doesn't matter that this is a negative 14. Okay? But our a value, now it is an ax plus by equals c form. This is now the correct answer. Alright? Now, are these equations, will they graph the same line? Yes, they'll graph the same line, but this is technically in standard form. Okay? But if I typed in negative 7x plus 2y equals 14 into Desmos, and then I typed in 7x minus 2y equals negative 14 into Desmos, you'll just see the same line twice. Okay? But this is in standard form. Alright? Now, today what we're going to be talking about is what's called point-slope form. Alright? Point-slope form. Alright? But before we do that, I want you guys to do one more problem. I'm going to mix everything up, see if you guys can fix it. Okay? I'm going to put 5y equals negative 6x, and then I'm going to put a 15 plus right there. I want you guys to see if you can rearrange everything to standard form. Alright, so this will be a quick little test. If you're watching this video, pause it, see if you can take this and make it into standard form, and when you do it, then press play and you'll see if you get it right. Alright, so what we're going to do right now is we are going to change this into standard form. Now, remember, what do we have to have? ax plus by equals c, and the a value has to be positive. So what I'm going to do right now, alright, I don't know if you know this, but you can grab numbers and you can move them across the equal sign as long as you just make them be opposite. Now, the traditional old school method is this. You'll hear somebody, well, you're going to have to add 6x to this side. You're going to have to add 6x to the other side.
Why do you put southern
I don't know what he's saying. Alright, so what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to take it and I'm going to throw it across the equal sign. What happens? It becomes a positive 6. Alright? So now I have a positive 6x, I have plus a 5y, and I have plus a 15, and that's equal to a 0. So now all I got to do is take this guy right here, and I got to chuck him across the equal sign. And when I do that, it goes from a positive to a negative. Now that's not what they're going to show you in a math textbook. What are they going to say in a math textbook? Take away 15 from this side and take away 15 from that side. Alright? That's the Eeyore way. Alright? Right now, let's just do the Tigger way. Throw it across. Alright? And so what's our final answer in standard form? 6x plus 5y equals negative 15. Now, is our greatest common factor equal to a 1? Let's check. What are the only factors of 6? A 2, a 3, and a 6, right? And 1, right? What are the factors of 5? 5 and 1. What are the factors of 15? 3, a 5, and 15, and 1. So right here I'm going to put, understand, are there any common factors other than 1 right there? There are no common factors. Yeah, this one breaks down to a what? A 2 and a 3. This one breaks down to a 1 and a 5. This one breaks down to a 3 and a 5. But do they have any, other than 1, other than the number 1, do any of them have any other common factors? This has a 3, that has a 3. That has a 5, that has a 5, but they don't have, all 3 of them don't have the same common factor other than what? 1. So this is your final answer. That's your final answer in standard form. Okay? Now everybody, it's time to change gears. Oh yeah. New section in your journal. I want you guys to write point slope form. Point slope form. Point slope form. And this is point slope form. Write this down. Y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. That's what point, that's an equation in what's called point slope form. Now, there's something that you guys should already know right now. You should already know what the m value represents. What does the m value represent? Slope, very good. So m is still slope, very good. So that's still slope, which still is the what? The change in the y over the change in x. That's still the slope, which is the rate of change. Okay? Now, what looks different in this formula versus other formulas? What do you guys see that looks different that you're not used to seeing? It has 2 y's, 2 x. But notice, this says what? Y1, and that says x1. So in the point, when you're labeling a point, x1 is your x coordinate, y1 is your y coordinate. So this right here represents an ordered pair. Okay? So right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to highlight some things, all right? I'm going to highlight x1 in blue. I'm going to highlight y1 in red. I'm going to highlight the slope, the m value, in green. So I'm going to highlight. That's our slope. That's our x1 coordinate. That's our y1 coordinate. Now we're going to show you how to utilize it, how to use it. Okay? So Brazy, give me any ordered pair that you want to create. Any ordered pair. Give me an ordered pair. Right now. Right here. 2 numbers. -6 and 4. Very good. Okay. Now, right now, Chapin, give me a slope. Just give me a slope that a slope of a line that you have seen before. 4. Slope of 4. Okay? Which means the slope of 4 over 1. We're going to use the slope of 4. Alright? Now what we're going to do right now, right? We're going to take this information and we're going to plug in the information exactly as it appears. So here's what I want you to do. In your journal, put y minus, I want you to open up a parentheses. Okay? And what number do I want us to plug in for y1? What do I want you to plug in? I want you to plug in a 4. So put y minus, open parentheses, 4 equals. Okay? What's our slope? Our slope is also the number 4. So right here I'm going to put a 4. Then I'm going to do what? I'm going to open up a parentheses, and I'm going to put x minus, and I'm going to open up a parentheses, and what number am I plugging in for x1? -6. Okay? Now, here's going to be our final answer in point slope form. Y minus 4 equals 4, open parentheses. what's going to happen here? It's going to be x minus a minus. What's that going to change it to? A positive. So this will be x plus 6. This is your answer in point slope form. Now what I want us to do is I want us to use Desmos right now because I want you to see how it does go through the point. Like this line goes through this point, -6 and a 4. Okay? So I want you guys to type this into Desmos right now. Alright, so here we go. So we're going to go to Desmos right here. Okay. Oh, that's not Desmos. That's Desmos. Okay. And right now, I'm going to go over here, and it was what? Y minus a, so y minus 4? Y minus 4 equals, our slope was 4. I open up the parentheses, I put x, and then we did a plus a 6, and I close the parentheses. Okay? And what did we say one of the points was? A -6 and a what? 4. Okay? I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay? So if you look right here, can you guys see that it goes through -6 and a 4? That point right there. Okay? So what is this? And look, can you guys zoom in? Can you see the slope? How it goes? I'm gonna do a snapshot here. Move it a little bit. Here we go. Take a snapshot of this. Okay. That's what's great about this program is you can actually see it goes through -6 and a 4. That point. So that point right there is at -6 and a 4. And you can also see the slope. Look at the slope. How much does it go up and over? How many units does it go up?
4.
It goes up 4 units, and it goes over 1. Up 4 and over 1. So what's my change in y over my change in x? It's 4 over 1. Okay? So here's what I'm going to do. What I'd like you to do right now, all right, I'm going to write down point slope form. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an ordered pair. And I'm going to give you a slope. So there's the ordered pair, there's the slope. I'd like you guys to put it into point slope form. See if you can take that information and put it into point slope form. Alrighty, what you should have done is you should have labeled this x1 and y1. And then this is your slope. So here we go. I'm going to put y minus open parentheses. What are you going to plug in there? -3 is right. Equals, what is our n value? 2/3. But 2/3, open it up, put x minus, I'm going to put another open parentheses. What am I plugging in there? -4, close it. What happens to this negative and a negative? Positive. So y plus 3 equals 2/3. What happens here? Positive. X plus 4. Good. Good job. All right, now what I'm going to do before we get started on our paper, last thing we do, I'm going to write something in point slope form, and you're going to give me the slope and the points that it goes to. All right. So here we go. Good luck. I'm going to go ahead and go. I'll go down right here, and I'll write it right here. Here's your new equation. Here we go. Y plus 6 equals 3/4 x plus 2. I want to know the slope, and I want to know what is the x coordinate and the y coordinate that this line passes through. So there we go. There it is. And I'll write over here, I'll write what point slope form looks like one more time. Y minus y1 equals in parentheses x minus x1. So there you go. I'm going to pause the video, see if you can write it down, and we'll check. Okay. After this, what we're going to do is we're going to do some of our problems on our page. Here we go. Right now, has everybody at least figured out what the slope is?
No.
That's right, 3 minutes. Good.
I did. I could.
That's it. That's the slope right there. 3/4 is correct. Now, this is the part that was tricky because it says y minus y1, and it says x minus x1. So when it says x plus 2, what would you have to plug in here to make it a positive? You would have to plug in a negative. So that's actually a -2. And if this says y minus y1, and that says y plus 6, what do you got to plug in there to make it a positive? You got to plug in a? That's right. That's your answer. That's your slope. These are your 2 points for Pointslope Form. All right, so now that we have this taken care of, now it's time to go to our assignment on the back. Here we go. We're going to write this. We're going to do a great job. Okay, it says, write the point slope form with the given point and the slope. So here we go. We're going to do problem number 1 right now. They told us the slope. It says the slope is 3. They've given us the x1 and the y1. They say x1 is -1. They say y1 is -2. So that's the x1 and the y1. And we're writing point slope form right now. We're staying awake there, Chapin. We're staying awake right now. Come on. What's our point slope form? Y minus y1 equals n parentheses x minus x1. Here we go. What am I plugging in for my y1? What am I plugging in? -2. Oh, when I plug in a -2, what happens to those negatives? Bam. Y plus 2. What are we plugging in for our slope? The 3. Boom. X. Ooh, what are we plugging into x1? Yeah, well, we're plugging in a -1, but that becomes a, and you're done. That's your answer for number 1 right there. Boom. That's all you gotta do. Right? All right, problem number 2. Here we go. All right. Y minus y1 equals n parentheses x minus x1. All right. By the way, this is on the formula chart on your algebra 1 EOC. It's on your formula chart. All right. We have a slope. What does it say our slope is? Boom. What does it say our ordered pair is? A 1 and a -2. So here we go. Let's plug them in. Y minus a. Here, this is our x1, right? This is our y1. So what's that going to become? Y plus 2 equals, what's our slope? -1. Put a -1 right there. Then we're going to say x minus, what's our x1 value? Just the number 1. So you just put x minus 1 and you're done. And that's your answer. All right. Moving on. Oh, tricky. You have a slope of 0 this time. See what we got here. All right, so let's write down our formula. Y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. Okay? This is our, that's our x1, that's our y1. And so if we were to write everything in, this is what it would be, right? It would be y, you said it right, plus 3 because those negatives cancel out, equals 0 parentheses x minus 2. There you go. That's how you would write it in point slope form. Now, by the way, if we wanted to write this as a linear equation, what is the actual equation for this line? Not in point slope form, but if I just wanted to say, what is my y value always equal to right there? What's my y value right there, right there, right there, right there, right there, right there? Yeah, my y value is equal to what? -3. Well, look what happens. If you get y plus 3 equals, when you multiply 0 times anything, what do you get when you multiply 0 times anything? 0. And then when you take this and what do? Just chuck it across, right? What do you get? You get y equals -3. So can you take point slope form and change it to y equals form? Yeah, you can do that. All right. Let's go ahead and look at problem number 4. Problem number 4. What did they give us? They gave us our x1 and our y1, and they gave us our slope. Go ahead and write your answer for that one, okay? I'm pausing the video and checking. All right, here we go. Y minus y1 equals in parentheses x minus x1. There we go. We're going to say y minus, what's our y1 value? 1, boom. Equals n, which is 0. And then x minus, what's our x value? 3. That's your answer. That's your answer in point slope form. Now, technically, when you multiply 0 times anything, you get what? You get 0. So it would be y minus 1 equals 0. Hold on, I've got to pause the video. All right, moving on. Here we go. Just going to label things right now, right? x1, 1. All right? It's y minus y1, which is a 6, equals n, which is parentheses x minus an x1, so that changes it to a positive. Notice I didn't spend as much time on this one because we've been doing it, right? That's your answer. Right there. And number 6. I'm labeling it. I always label things first. X1 and Y1. And remember, we're doing Y minus Y1 equals in parentheses X minus X1. So we're going to do Y minus a -3. So what's going to happen? It's going to change it to a +3. Equals our m value, which is -4, open parentheses, x minus just the number 1. And that's your answer in point slope form. Okay? So, at this point, what I'd like you to do, okay? I would like you guys to go ahead and do 7, 8, and 9. We will check them. And then the rest of the worksheet, everybody, the rest of the worksheet is changing all of this to what? Standard form, and changing this to slope-intercept form, okay? So what we're going to be doing that, we'll be doing that tomorrow. So what's your homework tonight? 7, 8, and 9, and then we're going to do a review over standard form and slope-intercept form.